Hi, welcome to another Disused Railway Explore. So I'm on the site at the moment of the former Killamarsh Central Station. It's on the Transpennine Trail and what was the former Great Central line. So today we're going to have a look at a few miles up the trail from here, from a place called Renishaw, and we're going to be starting from Renishaw Central Station and just having a look at the old line that's now a popular kind of cycle path out towards Staveley. So if we look on the Rail Map Online website, we're going to be following the blue line between the two arrows. I know I've covered this section of line in a different video, but I can't go past here just without pointing out where we're running alongside of the old canal for a short distance. And I can't run past here without filming this. That be the date that this signal was put up, 17th of October 1936, quite possibly. But anyway, just about another 2 kilometres and we'll be at Renishaw. I'm going to have a quick explore of the old site of the Renishaw Central Station, so I'll see you down there. So we're just coming up to the site of the old Renishaw Central Station. So just a bit of history. So the station opened in 1892 and it closed in the 1960s. I think 1963, I think. I can't actually remember now. What we're looking at on our left hand side is actually a piece of the old southbound platform. So we can actually go up onto the top of the platform. So here's an old photograph that's taken in that exact same spot where we've just been stood. And as you can see, it's unrecognisable from what's there today. What you can see, the station building is there, and the entrance to the station is on top of the road bridge. So when the station opened in 1892, it carried the name Eckington and Renishaw. Eckington, just a couple of miles along the road there. However, there was already an existing railway station about 100 metres just down the road here with that same name, Eckington and Renishaw. So those two stations coexisted with the same name, one on the Midland line, one on the Great Central line, for over 50 years, until the station that we're at now on the Great Central line changed its name to Renishaw Central in 1950. So it only really carried the Renishaw Central name for around sort of 12 years or so. So just to show you on an old map the old station site, so I think this map's from around 1910. So you'll see the station site there. There's actually a railway line going underneath the station, so part of the station's actually on a bridge. And that was one of the lines that went into the Renishaw Ironworks, and that line that went underneath the station was the line from the Midland Railway. So we'll see more of that line in a couple of minutes. So we're actually stood on where the track bed was for that old line that cut under the platform. So the platforms would have sort of gone along the top there. We'll go and have a look at that in a moment, but I'm just going to have a walk up the old line. It's now a car park. This is the old line to the ironworks, by the way. This wasn't part of the station. So I'm actually walking down that the line that went underneath the station now. This was the line from the Midland line through to the Staveley Ironworks, So we'd be going underneath the station, just on our left-hand side. But I've just been stood up the top of this banking on the old platform, and I noticed that there was quite a lot of things sort of thrown down the side, sort of brickwork and masonry. From a distance, I actually thought this was one of the signal, but it's one of the signal posts, because it's got that same kind of shape. It looked like concrete from up there, but it's now I've got down, it's just a gate post. Yeah, so that's where the line went and curved back around into the ironworks. So like I was saying, there's nothing left of the station really. There's very little evidence that there was a station there apart from the plaque. I know a few years ago the platform that we've just been stood on top of, that was a bit more visible. There used to be a bench on there, you could sort of sit down on the old platform, but that's gone now and the platform's mostly overgrown. So the station itself was actually on top of a bridge. There was the old line that went from the Midland line to the Staveley Ironworks, actually went underneath the platforms, underneath the station. So what's happened now is the bridge that the station was on has been demolished. So what we're finding on the site of the station is it's just like a huge crater where the bridge was missing. So we're coming back up onto the line now. That would have been the other side of the bridge. And as you can see, that's where the bridge would have gone off, straight in that direction. There's not much evidence now. It's just a gap really. So I did read online that part of the station was still visible, but just by the side of the car park. And I've just come up into the woods on the side, just off the road bridge, and I've actually found a lot of the old masonry, some pipe work, signal gantries. There's all kinds of stuff sort of dumped up on here, out of sight. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm really glad that I spotted that in the woods. Just got to navigate my way back down to the path now. One of those days I wish I had trousers on because it's full of brambles. So this obviously isn't the original bridge. So at some stage between the station closing in the 60s and now, there's been a realignment of the road slightly and a new road bridge built. Also over the canal as well, which is just at the side. So that's looking back northwards now. So just going off to the right hand side was another line into the Renishaw Ironworks, and that was the line from the Great Central that curved off there. So you had two lines going into the ironworks, the one that went under the station and the one that sort of went off to the right here. And then just at the left hand side as we're heading south, we've got the Disused canal as well. So if you're interested in your canals as well, I did do a walk and explore of the old Chesterfield Canal as well. I'll put the links up to those videos. So as soon as we leave Renishaw Central Station, we'd pass a signal box on our right hand side, and a kind of moderate sized goods yard as well. Now up until recently I know the building for the goods yard was still there, on the site, but it's all been fenced off now, so we can't go in there. But I think it's all been demolished. The land's been reclaimed for some project or other. So all on this left hand side now is where the goodyard was, and they've actually sort of piled up some earth there. It's just to restrict access to there now, so we can't even see in to see what's left there. But there are some interesting photos online of the base of an old crane, one of the old railway cranes. So onwards we go. It's about 2 miles now from here up to Staveley, and it's all really good. It's a really good condition path. It's a really busy path for cyclists as well. So let's keep an eye out. Keep looking behind you. Make sure that you're not going to get sort of run over by anybody chasing a Strava segment or anything like that. So we've got the Chesterfield Canal on the left hand side that's going to be leaving us now, where we follow a more direct route towards Staveley on the railway banking. The canal follows the towpath of the valley. I've just come down the bottom just to have a closer look at this bridge from underneath. So I think this is the River Dowley that we're crossing now. It's that typical blue brick that's a bit of a signature of the Great Central Railway. This is the first time I've done some exercise since last week. Actually, I had my first COVID jab over the weekend, Easter weekend just gone, and it really knocked me for six. I had a day or two where I was just completely wiped. So yeah, I didn't react to that very well. So I tried running about 3-4 days after, and I was just taking pieces. It was just awful. I've never felt so bad. So this is the first time I've sort of done any exercise. And it's about 10 miles from my house back in Bayton to Staveley and back, so we're not quite halfway yet, so I'll let you know how we feel towards the end. So this section is straight as a die. You can see for a long way, and it's kind of a straight route really all the way from where we join it at Bayton, and it kind of makes me a little bit sad about the Great Central line, because was it ever really used to its full potential? Because we're trying to sort of build this new high-speed line. Yeah, all along we had a line that was perfectly good, but it was just kind of mothballed really. And I know it's been built on at a lot of places now. It's probably not feasible to reuse the old Great Central line, but I mean, sections like this, I mean, that'd just be perfect, really. I mean, it ticks a lot of boxes of what HS2 is trying to achieve. It's got a train on the old Midland line there. We've got a sewage works on the left hand side, and you can tell just pong a little bit. So we're just approaching Staveley, and we've gone from being on a quite high banking, just 100 metres back there, to being in a cutting. So for the first time since Renishaw, I'm starting to see things in the undergrowth, like the little posts that the pulleys on for the signal cables. Looks like there's quite a bit in the trees, in the undergrowth that I can see. Bits of sleepers again, that kind of thing. So Staveley was quite a quite a formidable railway town at one time. It had several stations. If you look on old maps of the area, the railway lines, the collieries and the industry that was in the town, it's quite a complex network of old lines, and there's very little left these days, unfortunately. But we're going to go up and finish today at the site of the old railway station, or the old railway station on the Great Central line, and that opened in 1892 as a Staveley Town, and then again later on that was renamed Staveley Central. So just like the other line, just like the other stations as well, like Killamarsh and Renishaw, that closed with the demise of the Great Central line in the early 1960s. So this is the end of this section of the trail now. So you've got a choice. If you're a cyclist or a walker or a runner, you can either sort of go over onto the Chesterfield Canal, or you can carry on down through Staveley and down towards Arkwright and Duckmanton, following the same line, the same Great Central line. So like I say, this is as far as we're going today, but I'm just gonna go up and just on the top of this old bridge, and we can just have a look at the site of where the old Staveley station used to be. So as you can see, there would have been a bridge across this cutting at one time. So we're having to come off the old line and then go back up these steps on the other side. And here's where here's the old canal. So this is where we started our Chesterfield Canal Explore a couple of months ago. So this is the old line underneath that went from Barrow to Seymour Junction. I can't remember the name of the line now, but I'm not gonna go into too much detail about the other railways that we're seeing in Staveley, because I've got plans for another video for that. But as you can see, and we've also got another old bridge there. So we're standing now at the northern throat of the old Staveley Central Station, or Staveley Town as it was first known, and that went off somewhere straight in front there. Again, there's nothing left of that station now. In fact, the station site itself is now a bypass, so you can walk through what was the general area, but the most of it, the path of the track bed's now a road anyway. But like I say, I am going to do another video for the next section of the Great Central line shortly, so I'll cover more on the Staveley station and the site of the station and the bridge that's no longer there in the start of that video. So that's it, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Just a short section today really that we've looked at, but it's been a nice walk. Who doesn't love to get out and have a nice walk, nice stroll on a disused railway line, nice and flat. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon, so take care.